Deion Sanders sends clear message to Ryan Clark over Brown's treatment of Shedeur. Deion Sanders sends clear message to Ryan Clark over Brown's treatment of Shedeur originally appeared on the Sporting News. How Shedeur Sanders stacks up in the Cleveland Browns quarterback room remains a contentious storyline. Even after Tuesday's release of the Week 1 depth chart, the former Colorado quarterback sits third behind veteran Joe Flacco and third-round rookie Dillon Gabriel. The debate surrounding his role continues to intensify with his father, Deion Sanders, making his perspective known from day one. Some have argued that the Browns have mishandled a player once viewed as a first-round talent. But the conversation turned when Cleveland placed him behind Gabriel, who entered the league with considerably less draft buzz. Was this done to minimize Shedeur's opportunity in Cleveland? ESPN analyst Ryan Clark has pushed back on the notion Shedeur needs special treatment. On Get Up, he explained that Sanders was a fifth-round pick, and teams typically treat them as projects and not instant contributors. What it is that they're doing is they're treating Shedeur Sanders like a fifth-round pick, Clark said. We're not covering every fifth-round pick in the NFL, hoping that he gets the opportunity to be the starter on day one. They're playing the guy they picked in the third round over him because they evaluated him at a higher level. More, Alabama doesn't deserve to be ranked, says ESPN analysts. Clark received backlash with critics accusing him of turning on the Sanders family. He went on the defensive with his response. "For all the people that called me a sellout, kiss my A," he said in a video posted to Instagram. "I love at Deion Sanders and his family, but I want my voice to mean something. I refuse to make things up to appease people." Parts of Shedeur's process has been handled with biased and disingenuous intention, but hard to believe the one team that actually drafted him is now sabotaging him. "I know how we see him, but that's not how the NFL does. That's something I had to accept, and y'all do too." Deion Sanders quickly stepped in to back him by writing, "We love you, my brother. Keep on being you. I respect you, admire you, and can count on you to keep it 100. More, reporter slams ESPN cameraman for alleged inappropriate behavior. Meanwhile, outside voices have added fuel to the controversy. NFL legend Eric Dickerson alleged on AM 570 LA Sports that league officials actively discouraged teams from drafting Sanders in April. "I tell you this much, what I heard from someone in the NFL is they told teams, 'Don't draft him,'" Dickerson said. "We're going to make an example out of him." He further explained that the Browns only selected Sanders in the fifth round after receiving a call urging them to take him. Sanders was taken by the Browns as the number 144 pick in April's 2025 NFL Draft. For now, Cleveland is sticking with experience. Flacco has been given the green light for Week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Gabriel is expected to get his chance soon. Browns beat reporter Mary Kay Cabot noted that Sanders will see action at some point this season, but probably not until later, when he's more seasoned. That may be the reality today, but as with everything surrounding Shedeur Sanders, the conversation is unlikely to quiet down anytime soon. The world of football thrives on narratives, dynasties built, rivalries ignited, and personalities larger than the game itself. Few figures embody that intersection of culture, competitiveness, and charisma quite like Deion "Primetime" Sanders. And when it comes to his son, Shedeur Sanders, the rising young quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, Deion has never been shy about defending him against critics, commentators, and now, even former NFL players turned analysts like Ryan Clark. What unfolded recently was not just another sports media squabble. It was a battle over respect, legacy, and the treatment of a rookie quarterback who carries not only the burden of the NFL spotlight but the weight of his father's Hall of Fame name. The spark: Ryan Clark's comments. Ryan Clark, the former Steelers safety and current ESPN analyst, has carved a niche in broadcasting by blending charisma with sharp takes. He's unapologetically direct, often saying what others won't. But his comments about Shedeur Sanders struck a nerve, not only with fans, but with the Sanders family itself. On an episode of NFL Live, Clark questioned whether the Cleveland Browns were babying Shedeur by shielding him from harsh critiques while simultaneously holding veteran Joe Flacco and rookie Dillon Gabriel to higher standards. Clark's words cut. "Look, I get it. Shedeur is talented, he's marketable, and his dad is Deion Sanders. But if the Browns are going to treat him differently, if they're going to coddle him while this locker room fights for credibility, then they're making a mistake. He's not above criticism just because he's Primetime's son." The statement wasn't entirely unfair. But the tone, the timing, and the insinuation that Shedeur was receiving special treatment fueled a firestorm. And then came Deion. Deion Sanders responds, "Don't come for my son." Deion Sanders has built his coaching and public persona around one simple mantra: protect your own. Whether he's defending his Colorado Buffaloes in college football or celebrating his children's accomplishments, Primetime doesn't sit idle when his family comes under fire. On his personal podcast and later echoed on social media, Deion delivered a message aimed squarely at Clark. "Ryan Clark, I respect what you did in the league. I respect your voice in the media. But let's get one thing straight. You don't get to decide how my son is treated. The Cleveland Browns, that's their organization, that's their business. But when you come at Shedeur, you're coming at me too. Shedeur ain't looking for handouts. He ain't asking for no excuses. That boy wakes up every day grinding, studying, leading, because he's earned the right to be there. Don't confuse the name on his jersey with favoritism. Confuse it with excellence." It was classic Deion, sharp, protective, and wrapped in the swagger only he can deliver. The message was clear: Ryan Clark might have the right to critique, but suggesting Shedeur is protected or privileged was crossing a line. Shedeur's situation in Cleveland. To fully grasp the intensity of Deion's defense, one must understand the precarious position Shedeur is in with the Browns. Drafted into a franchise notorious for its revolving door of quarterbacks, Shedeur entered with immense expectations. Cleveland fans are hungry, desperate for stability at the most important position in sports. Veterans like Joe Flacco and youngsters like Dillon Gabriel mean Shedeur is under a microscope every snap, every throw. And while Shedeur has flashed brilliance, the pocket composure, the pinpoint accuracy, the charisma, he's also made rookie mistakes. That's natural. That's football. But in today's NFL, rookies aren't just graded on performance. They're graded on narratives. And for Shedeur, his story comes with baggage. Being Deion's son means every setback becomes amplified, every success tied to nepotism claims. This is why Deion's defense wasn't just about Shedeur. It was about fairness. About pushing back on a system that too often conflates legacy with entitlement.